how to construct your sentences or even read a script. But when you're already talking to a live person,
yes, that's
and in the call center
story.
industry, you are paid by the minute by your client who owns the stores or the goods or catalog you work for. So every second counts.
Yes.
So, and it's very different when you're talking to a foreigner who has a different accent, and that the only way to really be on top of it is experience, right?
Plus, they want answers just like that. So there's also an issue of not having dead air.
Yes.
Like, you're going to answer a question and then you pause because you just process.
You're still processing, yeah?
You're
How
still
will I
processing.
answer this?
Yeah, you're thinking in Tagalog and you're,
yeah, that's
you're
it.
instantly translating into English. So sometimes there's dead air. So that's one of the things why we wanted people to talk to a foreigner prior to being live on the floor, is because of this. You have to be spontaneous. The spontaneity of speaking to an actual American or a foreigner over the phone.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I have been a call center resource for the country. They said, Miss Dean, it's a call center agent, a telephone operator. Oh my gosh. GNN and Global Destiny, parents and possible talents for this industry, you have to be a critical process thinker. If you're handling credit card transactions, you have to be like a banker. You have to be your own business manager because you have to think on your feet, you know. Within a 3 to 5 minute exchange, you can have a pleasant experience or you can have an irate customer doing complaints. And so you have to keep your cool, you know. It's a challenge, but it's a very exciting, and in terms of financial rewards, at the rate they give performance bonuses,
plus commissions if they're in sales.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So Myra, what did you find to be the qualities of a good resource for business processing on call centers?
Well, I think it starts with where the person went to school. Because I'm not saying that everybody should go to a good school, but when our mothers were telling us to pay attention in school, especially with the subjects, well, this is where it all boils down to. If you're paying attention in school with English and proper grammar, then you're set, because grammar is the most important thing. And then second, the accent is just secondary.
It can be learned. Mind you, Myra and I have been exposed to the most challenging Kapampangan accents.
And
the hard Cebuano tongue is a little bit terse. You know, it's not as
the vowel sounds with the Cebuanos or the Visayan region is quite a challenge.
That's why you have to listen well, and what Myra was saying, you have to have a good memory, because I have met a lot of call center agents that put EDs and S's where there shouldn't be, and when it's needed, it's not there. And my tip is very simple. If you read newspapers in English and magazines, if you remember the sentence construction and the spelling, that takes care of part of the skill. The other one is, how do you get to talk like Myra? Can you give our GNN audiences, how do we acquire your American accent?
Well, I acquired the American accent because I wasn't allowed to watch anything else but English stuff on
home.
TV at home.
All right.
But if for the parents or the students that are watching right now, I'd suggest that you watch more English movies, read more books, you know, and if and
find someone to talk to in English.
I know that some schools now actually have a rule in the school that you have to speak in English. So just
while in the campus, yes.
Just practice that, you know. Follow the rules in school, speak in English, because that will make you that will make you used to speaking in English and more comfortable. So it will be more natural to you.
Because at the end of the day, the world is now borderless because of internet and cell phones. So just speak the universal language of love and service to others. You can't go wrong. We recommend and strongly endorse that the Cebuanos or the Dumaguete people or the people from Davao, Zamboanga, or the Ilocanos up north, you retain your quaintness in terms of the way you talk or speak English, as long as it is understandable.
Yes, of course.
Because even in the U.S., you have the ghetto African American English.
Ebonics.
How does, give them a sample?
Well, it's actually called Ebonics, and
Ebonics.
yeah,
okay.
and it's also, it's actually a course now in some colleges in the States, because it's like the African American English. Well, if you say the regular English house becomes crib.
Oh,
So,
okay. It's
let's
like
go
this
to my
Jejomon phenomenon that's going on right now.
Let's go to my house in regular English, and in Ebonics, it's let's go to my crib.
Oh, okay. So it's a translation. It's a fresh language
So you
in
also
itself.
have to you also have to learn about the culture, so you'd understand that when you talk to a customer.
Yeah, in fact, one of the modules before we go for a break, we had this orientation on just zip codes alone.
Yeah.
Myra, share with them, why do we have to have that module, especially if you're catering to the U.S. market?
Well, zip codes are very important, especially with order taking clients.
Orders for any product under the sun, from vitamins
of
to
course.
catalogs, skateboards, shoes, whatever. Yeah.
And the zip codes in the States, of course, has to be learned, so you know what time zone you're in. Because in the States, there's a rule
Yes.
that after 9 o'clock, everywhere, a telemarketer or
It's not welcome.
is not welcome.
A call
You
is
can
not
actually
welcome.
get sued or
Yes.
get in trouble.
There is a
with
law
that. Yeah,
passed
there's a
for
law.
that. Okay. And also, the zip code really, just like when I learned how to navigate myself in the States, you don't say mano or kaliwa, right or left. There, your reference is east, west, north, and south.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are terminologies, like just like us, we have Rizal Avenue, Rizal Road, Rizal
Boulevards.
Street. Same in the US. There's so much. And really, one of the protocols when you are in a call center function, as much as possible, your client should know that you are Filipino or answering the call in
Exactly.
Manila. So sometimes, when you know your zip code or you know you're talking to somebody in New York and he says, oh, is it snowing out there? You have to know how to answer or do the repartee. Anyway, we will pause for a break now and continue our interesting discussion on how the Filipinos can really prepare themselves for global careers that are in vogue or very much in demand. I'm Deanne Hernandez. This is Pinoy Matters with MYRA Santos. We'll be back in a while. Thank you.
It would take 3 days to get to the nearest hospital.
Maybe, just maybe, the village herbal doctor, maybe he has a cure. We should try and go now. Please.
Baba? 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 My son is very sick. Please help.
I have been expecting you. I heard that your child has been sick. I also saw you. A few days back, you were busy uprooting burning, destroying plants all around your house.
I don't understand.
What I'm trying to say is that unfortunately on that day, you destroy the one plant that could make your child well.
No. No.
Fortunately for your child, I saw you. And when you left, I saved this. Now go and make your child well.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Deanne Hernandez, back with MYRA Santos. We're discussing what Filipinos should be preparing for in terms of global career opportunities. Myra, what are the most in-demand jobs here in the Philippines today?
Well, it's still a number one, call centers.
Okay.
And second is information technology.
Okay,
And
still IT.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And third, I'm just gonna mention the top three is factory workers still.
Okay, so for GNN subscribers out there, if you're still thinking of what you can do with your skills, with your education, and as a training resource of the country, it's not so much what you majored on in college.
Correct.
You could be a high school graduate, but if you do something wonderful with what you know, then that's how you prosper and become successful, as we say. Now, one of the things that you should also remember, because I remember very well that during the Asian crisis, there were a lot of bankers that were jockeying for positions, and one had to give way to the other, where one had to take an early retirement on. Myra, can you share with us what are the opportunities for English speaking ex-teachers or people like us who can speak, that can do English training? What are the opportunities in those aspects?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities actually, because as much as call centers that we have around the country, we still are looking for the right type of people that would be applying or that would be qualified, because it's not about how easy you are hired, but it's also about keeping you there for a very long time, and
the loyalty aspect is
yes,
critical.
and
yes,
also the clients, keeping the clients happy, and
so it's the customer service orientation.
yes,
Okay.
and also the actual clients that hire or outsource us. nurses here in the Philippines, of course, they have a say what kind of person or agent